Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another Extravagant Few Minutes live on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page and, of course, 12 Ounce Sports and our YouTube channel, which is 12 Ounce Sports, where we invite you to subscribe to our channel to get all of our late, great content, archive content, including all of our extravaganzas that are shown live each Wednesday night. Happy Saturday morning, everybody. May the 24th, 2025. Last night was a tale of two different game twos in the NBA and the NHL. Both game ones between the Knicks and the Pacers and the Stars and the Oilers were games that both the losing teams had leads going into the third period and the fourth quarter, respectively, and both the teams with leads lost. So game two was a test to see who was great and who was good with bounce-back performances. And Edmonton showed the Knicks what a great team is and what maybe a good team is. Edmonton came in with a purpose, and they were able to shut out the Dallas Stars 3-0 to grab the home ice advantage. They're all knotted up at one, while the Knicks showed that maybe they're a good team, don't know how to play defense. Their star, Karl Anthony Towns, on the bench in the fourth quarter. They squandered an opportunity to even the series. Now they're in a 2-0 hole against the Indiana Pacers as they go back now to Indiana for game three on Sunday. How about the Edmonton Oilers with that game two victory last night, 3-0 over the Dallas Stars? Stuart Skinner, a 25-save shutout for the Oilers as they now grab home ice advantage as it's all knotted up at one. They've got game three in Edmonton, so that's a 3 o'clock Eastern time start. So that ought to be a fun game to watch on Sunday afternoon as Edmonton again with a 3-0 shutout win last night as Nugent Hopkins got his fifth goal of the playoffs early in the first period rather. And the Oilers won that one 3-0. They withstood a barrage in the second period. Skinner in net, he's either feast or famine as his three victories in the playoffs this year have all been shutouts. And then when he loses, boy, there's no doubt about it, he's a sieve in net. But now Edmonton with that Jekyll and Hyde goaltending, let's see if they can keep it up as they look to try to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals now. All tied up at one. Dallas isn't going to go away in game three tomorrow. On the NBA side last night, Karl Anthony Towns, again, he had 20 points, but he was on the bench in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson with 36 points, but that didn't matter. They only had four players in double figures. Indiana led by Pascal Siakam. Remember him from the 2019 Toronto Raptors championship team. He had 39 points last night to lead six Pacers in double figures as they take a commanding 2-0 lead over the New York Knicks as they go to Indiana now for game three tomorrow. I got to tell you, the Pacers looking strong, their depth showing. The New York Knicks, again, supposedly with Tom Thibodeau and that great defensive mind of his, they couldn't get any stops in the fourth quarter. So, again, it shows who's great and who may be just good, not quite great. The Edmonton Oilers trying to prove they're great to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals with a big bounce-back win. Indiana showing the Knicks that maybe they're not a great team just yet. They're very good. Now, Indiana with a 2-0 lead. Tonight in game three in the NHL and the NBA, it's going to be Florida. They've got a 2-0 lead, grabbing the first two games on the road in Carolina. They're in Sunrise tonight for game three against the Carolina Hurricanes. If the Hurricanes want any chance to get back in this one, they've got to win tonight. Florida looking so deep, so strong right now. They just took all that momentum after that Game 7 win against Toronto in the previous series. They're looking to really put a stranglehold on that series now at home in Game 3 tonight. And in the NBA, Oklahoma City, they took the first two games at home against Minnesota. We'll see what they're made of on the road now against the Timberwolves tonight. Minnesota in a must-win situation in Game 3 of that series. That one's going to be tonight. In Major League Baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies now are the best team in Major League Baseball. They've got their 8th straight win last night, defeating the Athletics, who have now lost 10 straight after showing a little bit of promise earlier in the year. The Phillies now 33 up and 18 down with the win as they have a 3-game lead over the New York Mets in the National League East. The Mets lost last night in 13 innings to the Los Angeles Dodgers, so they're now 3 games back of the Phillies and the Braves, who made a little bit of a surge, now they're 5.5 games back. In the Central Division, the Cubs have won 3 straight. They now have a 3-game lead over the Cardinals. In the National League West, the Dodgers with a 2-game lead over the San Francisco Giants and a 3-game lead over the San Diego Padres, as all 3 of those teams won last night. In the American League in the Central Division, the Cleveland Guardians won their 2nd straight over the division-leading Detroit Tigers. The Tigers drop another one. Their bats have gone silent in the last couple of games. They lost 3-1 last night to the Guardians. They still have a 4-game lead, though, over the Guardians and 4 games over the Twins. The Twins won as well yesterday, and the Kansas City Royals now are 5 games back, still 4 games over 500. The Yankees, they lost last night, but they still have a 5-game lead over the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Those 2 teams both at 500. Tampa is 6 games back. And in the West, the Seattle Mariners still maintaining a little bit of a cushion with a 3.5-game lead over the Houston Astros. They have won last night as the Astros dropped one. And the Los Angeles Angels, they've won 8 straight. All of a sudden, they're back at 500. They're only 4 games out of first. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll have Today in Sports History and the birthday, so don't go anywhere. You're watching an extravagant few minutes here on 12 Ounce Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to an extravagant few minutes here on 12 Ounce Sports and, of course, the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page. Let's take an extravagant look at Today in Sports History, May the 24th. In 1984, the Detroit Tigers won their American League record 17th straight road game with a win over the Athletics. In 1980, the New York Islanders started their historic run of 4 straight Stanley Cup championships with a clinching win in their Stanley Cup playoffs. In 1935, it was the first Major League night game. That was the Phillies and the Reds in Cincinnati. The Reds won that one 2-1. And in 1929, something you will never, ever see again, the Chicago White Sox pitcher Ted Lyons and Detroit's George Ewell both pitched 21 innings in a game that took only 3 hours and 31 minutes. And the Tigers won that one 6-5. Unbelievable. It only took 3.5 hours to do a 21-inning game where both pitchers pitched complete game finishes in 21 innings. Birthdays today. How can this be? Joe Dumars is 62 years old. Rich Rodriguez is also 62 years old. Tracy McGrady, NBA star, 46. And Joey Logano, NASCAR legend, he is 35. Also, born on this date, and tragically, his life taken early in a car accident. Born in 1959, Pelle Lindbergh, goaltender for the Philadelphia Flyers. And born on this date in 1962, boxing legend Hector Macho Camacho. All right, that's going to do it for Today in Sports History and today's birthdays. And we appreciate you taking time out to watch us here on your computers, on your iPhones, however you watch us around the world, here on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page and 12 Ounce Sports. All right. Happy Saturday again, everybody. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. If you're with family or friends, please be safe. We want to see you back watching extravagant few minutes episodes for a long time to come right here on 12 Ounce Sports. Captain Lou saying, keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. So long, everybody.